Namaste to you. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're ready for another 60 minutes or so of stretch and breathe yoga. Very gentle, very easygoing, very accepting of our bodies as they are. Hi, Annie. And just let yourself enjoy the yoga without feeling like you've got to do a certain pose or a certain strength move. As you know, I always encourage people to listen to their inner wisdom and just take my suggestions as nothing more than suggestions, so that you don't go past any limits that you have, and take it slow. I mean, yoga is very accepting of us just as we are. Namaste. Beautiful day to you too. Thank you. Yeah, so listen to your inner wisdom, your very, very wise inner teacher, and don't push past, don't feel like you have to do something this way or that. And then if you feel like something is a little bit sensitive or awkward or difficult or painful, modify it or just rest and wait until you can catch up with us again. Okay, so listen to your inner wisdom and don't go past your own personal limits. Instead, appreciate your range of motion. See the positive, the glass half full instead of the glass half empty. See your potential and your abilities and be grateful for them. And breathe deep. Breathing is at least half of everything that we're doing for our yoga practice. Awareness of the breath and feeding the body the fuel that it needs, the beautiful oxygen that the cells need. Also clearing out the waste products from those same cells, the CO2 and any other waste products of metabolism or any toxins that you may have ingested. This is a chance for you to let them escape the body and go out, away from us, and leave us as we are meant to be, healthy and at peace. Thank you for letting me rattle on for a few minutes there. Let's go ahead and sit as straight as we can. Lift the heart. Bring the sternum forward and the shoulders back and down, away from the ears. Let your hands rest on your knees. You can put the finger and thumb together in the chin mudra for a little bit of spiritual, circular, sacred geometry there to keep your focus on that sensation of finger and thumb barely touching and the other fingers reaching. Close the eyes and let's breathe in through the nose, out through the lips. Let it be a deep, full breath in through the nose all the way to your deepest part of your torso, your root chakra, the anchor of the body, and then lift or breathe in and let the air fill you all the way up. So breathe in and out. Just give yourself an opportunity to wind down and focus inward. And find your true self, that true part of yourself that is only known to you, not your husband or your wife or your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your best friend. Nobody else knows that true part of yourself except you. Take a moment to shake hands with your true self for just a bit of acknowledgement and gratitude. Always gratitude. Once you acknowledge your true self, the next step is to accept your true self with love, with understanding. Even if you feel like there's a part of you that is not the most beautiful thing in the world, still accept it and ask it to be better. Why not? All right, let's take a minute to stretch the legs out and flex the ankles. Let those toes point up, 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 or even back at your face if you've got some really flexible ankles. And you can point your toes straight up at the ceiling or maybe back towards your face. Really open up the ankles, the Achilles tendon side of the ankles and behind the knees. Open those little windows in the back of the knees and let the air blow through. Lift the heart again, shoulders back, and let's lift up with the top of the head. Just a nice, tall, anchored to the floor sitting position with straight legs. Breathe in and out. One more time in and out. Point your toes now. Let's take a minute to look at your toes and make sure they're really pointed. point those toes and have them straight into the forward position. Keep the ankles like that, and then bring just the toes back. Spread the toes wide and scrunch them up. Spread them wide, scrunch them up. Spread them wide, scrunch, spread, and scrunch. Just bend that middle joint of the toes that doesn't really get much attention. Sometimes we forget we have that middle joint in our toes. Bend it a few times here, but keep the ankles pointed and the toes flexed back. Keep breathing. All right, wiggle those toes, circle the ankles one way and then the other. Turn both feet to the left, turn both feet to the right, left, right. Let the whole leg from the hips be moving, not just the feet. So the whole leg's bones are rotating a little bit in the sockets of the hip joint. And let's go out and in. Maybe get them a little wider so that when you go in, you don't knock your feet into each other. Wide and pushed, wide, push them together. Spread them wide, push them together a few more times. All right, walk your fingers down your legs towards your ankles or your toes, round your back, drop your head. And this caterpillar pose is soft and gravity is in control. Just let yourself be soft and heavy and relax. Breathe deep, let your neck completely let go and the head falls forward down towards the floor. Beautiful. Push against your legs, walk your hands back up and bring the body back up. Let's bring those feet together. And this time we're going to do a straight back reach. So we're going to start by reaching the arms straight up. The back is straight. The ankles are flexed again, toes are pointing up. And we reach for the diagonal. Look down at your legs so your neck is straight. Reach through the diagonal line from your hip bones to your fingertips. Straight line, not rounded at all. And now we're going to exhale and sink just a hair. Inhale, reach, 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 and exhale, sink. Inhale, reach, exhale, sink. Inhale, reach, and sink. And let's have a forward fold to end all forward folds. Bring that face down close to your legs. Stay in this extreme forward fold for 3 more breaths. Really feel the stretch throughout the back of the body, from the lower back down all the way behind the knees, behind the ankles, and also through the hips. Beautiful. Push against your legs. Walk your hands up and bring the body up. Let's bend the right leg and bring that heel in and out, in as high up as you can and then out a little ways. Reach the arm inside the leg, and we're going to reach beyond this toe here. Reach beyond the toe, bring the body down close to the leg. Look down at the floor so your neck is not bent into a weird shape. Reach, reach, reach. And then hands to the floor and come up. Let's try a little new move, new to most of us, I think. Bring that leg back in. And bring your hand forward on the inside of the knee, and then wrap the arm back. Wrap the arm back, and the other arm comes around, and then you have to reach the fingertips together. Now this is another situation where a bandana or a belt comes in handy, or a scarf. So if you need a little extra length between your hands, you can do it that way. And then release and come up. Now let's try the other leg, bending up and move it out a little ways. Bring your shoulder on the inside. We're going to reach beyond our toes of our extended leg. Come on into your reaching position and look down at the floor so your neck is not bent into an awkward shape. Reach, reach, reach. Keep breathing. And then hands to the floor, push yourself up. And let's try that backwards hug around the leg pose. Bringing that leg in. Come around in front of the knee and reach back. The other hand reaches back and the fingers find each other. If they can't find each other, which mine barely do, on this side, we use a bandana or a belt to allow us a little extra extension of the fingers and looking down at your leg, hold and breathe. And then release, and let's go ahead and stretch those legs out. So find yourself in a nice straddle stand with your legs spread out. Remember, we're being gentle, so if this is too wide for you, you see how my legs are, you can choose to have them come in. You can come into whatever your straddle is. All right, so whatever your straddle is, try to sit tall. Lift the heart, lift the sternum, lift the chest, let the shoulders stay down. Arms can rest on top of the legs for now. Let's flex the ankles, toes pointing straight up. Lift the top of the head, lengthen through the spine. Push the hips down into the ground. Awesome. And we're just going to reach the hands along the top of the leg. The right hand down towards the right ankle, and you switch, lean over. Coming up, let's lean over the other way. So the hands are gliding along the top of the legs. The body is bending left and right in a side pose. We'll do that a few more times. Listen to yourself. Don't do anything that hurts. Don't do anything that feels awkward or sends off alarm bells in the body. Modify or rest and wait. All right, let's see if we can make this a little bit more of an extreme side bend. So come on over, reach for the ankle or toe, and the other arm can come up and over. Stretch through the whole side body, and don't forget to give some nice good breath into whatever sensation is talking to you right now. Breathe the air into that point of sensitivity. And when you're ready, you'll come on up, and we'll return to sliding the hand along the top of the legs, left and right. Breathe as you move. How you doing? Everybody good? I was told by Miss Jane that I need to have brighter colored clothes because she can't see me against the backdrop. When I look at myself, I can see everything perfectly well, but I don't know, maybe other people's phones and cameras are not quite as bright. So I will try to wear brighter colored clothes so you can see exactly what it is we're doing. And please keep giving me that feedback because I want to be good on this online classes. I want them to go good. I want you to see what you need to see and be motivated to try and keep with me through the weeks that are coming. Let's have an extreme fold here. All the way over the other way. Keep breathing. And up we come. Beautiful. Hands in the front. And let's do a little push up, push down, lower down, push up. Remember, you may not be able to bend your elbows as much as me, but that's okay if it's just a little bit, or even if it's just like a little thinking about it and not really doing it. You're still doing it. You're still doing it. You're gaining flexibility by just being on your mat and giving it a try. So just breathe a lot and don't injure yourself. Be gentle and loving. Listen with love. All right, now we're going to turn the whole body to look towards the right leg. Bring one hand down on each side of the knee and bow your head over that knee. Push against the floor, bring yourself halfway up and walk back to the middle. Let's go down 3 times and up 3 times, down and up. Take a breath. Exhale, come down, push it up. Take a breath, and let's go down. Push it up halfway, walk over to the other side. One hand on either side of the knee, bowing the head over the knee. Take a moment for yourself here and breathe deep. Pushing against the floor, come back to the middle. And here we're going to try and find our full range of motion. It may not be very big, but it's your full range of motion. See if you can acknowledge where the edge of your range of motion is, and push back as you breathe in. Lower down, acknowledge that edge. Push back and breathe in. Coming on down. All right, I'm going to ask you to stay at or near your edge. If you have the ability to move onto your elbows or a pillow, that may benefit you. Otherwise, you can just stay like this as you stay right at or near your therapeutic edge. We like to stay down for 30 seconds because that is the time it takes for your relaxation reflex to kick in. And once that relaxation reflex kicks in, you may have a little more flexibility, and that is actually where the progress is made in your flexibility, is that therapeutic edge. All right, push back, come up, bring those legs in. Let's take a little time to give our feet some attention. And I'm just going to bring up my right foot here. Give it a rub if you've got your bandana or cloth and you want to give it a moment to just take the dust off the bottom of the foot. All right, so let's start with a massage using those thumbs, the ball of the big toe. Circular massage. Take some breaths in and imagine that the air that you're breathing, the healing energy is traveling all the way to your toes. Breathing in, rub the toe, the ball of the foot by the big toe, and then we'll move down to each joint, coming towards the little toe joint, the little toe ball of the foot. It's always good to give your feet some attention and love. We kind of ignore them, but guess what? It's the most extreme point from your heart where the blood has to travel, where the nerves have to send signals. And so by virtue of its just distance, it actually is the first to have some serious problems when it comes to circulation and nerve sensitivity. So by giving some compression and some massage to your toes, you're doing a lot of good for your body. So we're going to grab all the toes in one hand and bend them back and forth a few times. And now we'll split the toes, bringing the big toe back towards the knee and the index toe back towards the heel, stretching the skin in between, stimulating the nerves of the toes. And the channels, the acupuncture channels actually begin right here and come up into the organs of the kidney and the liver and the spleen. And so it's not just your foot that you're helping when you wiggle your toes like this. So we're splitting the toes, letting each toe move back and forth against its neighbor, and stretching that skin in between, that webbing skin in between the toes. Once you've done it all, you can give a nice little massage to the ball of the foot, the sole of the foot, the arch, the middle, soft area in the middle, and then let's just squeeze the heel. Squeeze the heel. And some compression to that edge around the side of the heel. All the way up the little toe edge of the foot, a little scrunching compression. Grab those toes and lift the leg out and back in. Lift it out and back in. Stretch it out, back in. Stretch it out, and let's switch legs. This foot is now the focus of our attention. If you need to, take a minute to just brush it clean. And then some squeezing, massage around the ball of the foot where the big toe and all the other toes join to the foot. That joint and sense of balance is right in here in the ball of the foot. Your ability to be graceful and move and walk with style and poise and balance. So we're bending the toes back and forth a few times, giving that joint its full range of motion, breathing deeply. Looks like I've got Audrey and Kathy Somebody just disappeared. They were there and then they disappeared. I couldn't see who they were. All right, let's do the toe split. Toe split, back and forth, till you're feeling like you've done it enough. And then we go to the next toe and down to the little toe. Everybody gets a chance to get the circulation stimulated, flexibility increased, and just let your toes and your feet know that you still care about them. All right, into the sole of the foot, into the soft middle, and the heel gets a nice squeeze. And if you can, work your way up the little toe edge, squeezing with the fingertips up and down from the heel to the little toe. And then we'll grab the toes in our hand and stretch the leg out and back a few times. And then let's put it down. All right. So our feet are in good shape. Let's take a minute for the legs and hips. Roll onto your back. Stretch the legs out. And just breathe deep. Let's do the 3-part yogic breath. Breathing in through the nose, we inflate the belly first, then the chest, and then the rib cage becomes wide and expands as you breathe in as much as you can. And then exhale and squeeze the wideness more narrow. Squeeze the chest in, and then the belly squeezes in. The belly button comes back by the spine. Blow all your old air out. Breathing in again. Do it all again. And when you're ready, just let your breath return to a natural rhythm and bring that right knee up. Let's circle it around. Big as possible, as long as you don't have any discomfort. Change direction whenever you feel like it. And really connect your breath to the movement of this leg. Slow it down a little bit and be more mindful about the movement and the breath being united. Stretch the leg up. I'm going to get my watch, sorry. Stretch the leg up. Reach your hands towards the leg and just grab a hold wherever your hands reach. Maybe interlock your fingers behind your knee if that works for you. And we're going to just pull the leg a little closer to the face and back to vertical. Back to your comfort zone. Find your range of motion. Take it slow. Be gentle. Listen to the body with love. Don't overdo it. The key here is to breathe a lot and to be aware of what your leg wants to do or can do and what it cannot do, what it doesn't want to do. So let's take it to the edge of your range of motion and hold it right there at the edge. 30-second static stretch. Keep breathing. Now that we've been a little patient, that reflex should have kicked in, and if you feel the urge and you want to go deeper, this is your opportunity. Pull gently and just let your leg find its new edge a little closer than it was before. Ask your leg to relax. Ask your hip to let go. And then when you're ready, just let it go. Bend the knee and cross it over. Spinal twist, open your arms out to the side and look over your opposite shoulder if that suits you. If that's not helpful, then keep your face turned in the same direction as your knee. take a minute to scan through your spine from tailbone to the neck. Are you 100% relaxed? Ask each section of your spine. Ask your hands, your feet, your neck, your shoulders, your hips, your belly. Everything needs to be relaxed right now. Try to let go. You may need to find that you have to actually trust yourself enough to let go of that automatic sense of being on call at all times. I trust myself enough to let go. If I need to get up, I can get up. But I probably don't need to because I'm in yoga class and the teacher is saying to relax. So let's give it a try. Let's relax. Okay, we're going to stay in this reclined spinal twist position, but we're going to add a little modification. The bottom leg, which in my case is my left leg, bend that knee and bring that foot back by your hip, and then reach your right hand down towards that foot and find the toes and grab a hold of the toes. All right. Take your other leg, the top leg, and straighten it out a little bit, and then bring your hand strong onto those toes and behind your rear end. Pull the toes out of your hand, but hold on tight so that the toes don't escape. Putting tension into the body. Counterbalancing the pulling of the foot with the pulling of the hand. And then release, and let's roll onto our back. Long body stretch. Realign everything. Big breath in. Stretching the arms overhead. Now feel free to yawn or sigh or whatever needs to be done. Beautiful. Let's bring the left knee up, the opposite knee. If you aren't with me, just the other leg, and circle that knee around. Big breath in and out. Slow it down. Gain awareness. Be mindful of matching your breath to your movement. Everything is slow and controlled and graceful. And you're welcome to change the direction of your circle whenever you feel like it. When you're ready, stretch your leg up towards the ceiling and bring your hands to reach for the knee or the thigh, or wherever your hands reach. When you're ready, we'll pull the leg a little closer to the face and then release it. Let it go back to vertical. Find that range of motion and be gentle. Don't overdo it. Take your time. Breathe a lot. Find that beautiful stretch in the hamstring and hip. Let's see if we can hold the leg at or near our range of motion's edge, a therapeutic edge. Continue to hold static stretch for 30 seconds, which in this case is only 5 more seconds and we'll be done. So after 30 seconds you may feel a release in the hamstring and it may want to stretch just a little more. If it doesn't feel like that's what you want to do, don't do it. If you feel like you do want to do it, be gentle. Hold at your new edge, keep breathing. Release the leg, bend the knee, cross it over, find your spinal twist, relax. Feel free to adjust your arms and legs so it's even more relaxing, more comfortable, more luxurious, more healing. Release and relax. Breathe deep. And let's try the modification of our spinal twist, which sometimes is called cat pulls his own tail. Bend your lower leg up towards your hip and find your toes with your back hand, your left hand if you're on the same side as me. And anchor the toes and hands together, so you would pull the leg, but you pull with the hand and you get like a bit of tension set up in the body. Meanwhile, the top leg extends out. All right, release, relax, roll onto your back, do a long body stretch. Extend those legs, reach overhead. Big breath in. Feel free to yawn or sigh. Make it your stretch, what you need right now. Especially since we're all at home, nobody can even see or hear you. You might as well yawn and stretch as you like, right? All right, we're going to do a bridge next, folks, so bring those heels in close by the hips. Hands come to the floor right next to your hips. And make sure you feel strong and steady on the ground, balanced between your hips and shoulders. Press your heels and your toes into the ground and lift the hips up. When you come out of this, I want you to roll the back down until the lower back touches the floor. So there's a lot of isolation of each little vertebrae as you come down. Starting at the neck, we go down towards the hips. And then we pick it up again, breathe in, and push it down, roll it down. Bridge up, roll down. Bridge up, roll down. One more time, just like that. Bridge up and roll down. This time we'll do the high bridge, which means we're going to walk our shoulders together and come up onto our upper arms instead of our upper back. We'll be a little higher. We'll be elevated up onto our arms. So come up into bridge and then walk your shoulders together under your upper back. Clasp your hands together under your tailbone. Press your heels into the ground. Press your toes into the ground and lift the hips up even higher. Let's do some strong breathing while we're up here. Breathe in through the nose and blow out through the lips. Beautiful. Reach your hands straight up. Let go your hands underneath your hips and reach straight up from your shoulders. Roll your back down onto the floor, one vertebrae at a time. Bring your knees to your chest once your hips are down. Bring your knees to your chest. Hands come to the knees. Rock left and right. Come back to the center. Open your knees as wide as they want to go. And rock left and right again. Beautiful. Reach your arms and legs up. Bring them down. Push it up. Bring them down and up. Down and up. Down and up. 10 more times. 10. Up. 9. Up. 8. Up. 7. Up. 6. Up. 5. Up. 4. 3. 2 and 1. Push them up and let's go for a little walk like we're a wind-up toy. See if you can move a little faster. Beautiful. Roll up onto your hips and let's come back to seated. Hands come to prayer pose. Take a moment for yourself here. Let's think about our blessings. We are all so blessed, and it's just human nature to focus on things that need to be fixed, things that aren't enough, but we're going to try to be grateful and see the glass half full. all our blessings, all the people that we love, and all the people who love us, our animals, either our pets or wildlife that we're lucky enough to catch a glimpse of now and then, all the birds in the sky, all the fish in the sea. Be grateful for beautiful music, your favorite songs, how they make you so happy. Be grateful for your healthy body and this life that's been given to you, this beautiful planet, all your friends, all your family, all the food, delicious food, all the beautiful places that you've been lucky enough to see, oceans and mountains, beautiful sky scenes, meadows and forests, beautiful cities. We live rich lives, and we sometimes think we're paupers. Interlock your fingers and squeeze and release a few times. Visualize your heart beating. Interlock your fingers and push forward. Round your back, drop your head. Push those hands way forward. Reach forward. And lift them up overhead, straight arms up overhead, reach up, breathe in. Hands come to the back of the head, elbows go way back. Look up through the top of your eyes and blink. Reach the hands straight up, breathe in. Round the back, drop the eyes, drop the head. Reach the hands way forward. Open the hands out. Bring them behind your tailbone, interlock them behind your tailbone, and squeeze the arms straight back there. Lift the face, breathe in, and release. Swing your arms around your body a few more times, back and forth, breathe a lot. And bring your fingertips to your shoulders, circle your elbows. Over the top to the back, breathe in. Let's go the other way. And let your hands extend out. Stretch them wide apart. Sitting on your tailbone, we're going to reach as far forward as we can. Bring the right hand as far forward as we can. Bring it all the way across the chest and out. Breathe in. Scoop everything in and bring it to your chest. Breathe in. Exhale. 3 more times. Just the one arm working by itself. The other end just stays out. Let's do the other arm now. Reach and stretch. Bring it back in. Extend the arm out to the side. Reach, stretch. Bring it all in. And reach. Reach. Arms out. Let's play airplane like a little child. Zooming through the air. And let's dip one wing down and let the other arm stretch straight up. And then come back to airplane, zooming along. Touch the floor on the other side, reach the other arm straight up, really reach, stretch. Awesome, bring it down. All right, guess what, folks? It's time for our plank challenge. We're at 60 seconds, and we are at special positions. So far we've learned the special position of raise one heel and then the other. Then we tried Spider-Man, bringing the knee out towards the elbow on the outside, and then the other side. And then we also touched the hip. So we're just going to emphasize those again. We're going to introduce also touch the shoulder. So we'll alternate touch the hip, touch the shoulder. Now listen, If you're not strong enough to do a 60-second plank, just do 30 seconds or do a low plank on your elbows. If you don't want to do the special maneuvers that we're doing now, because we've been doing it for some weeks now. I don't even know how many weeks now. Maybe like 5 or 6 weeks. So we've slowly built up some strength and some endurance. If you're not there yet, you can stay back at low plank and no special poses. So here we go, getting up on our hands and knees. And get ready for plank. Okay, I'm already looking at the clock, and we have 5 seconds under our belt, 10 seconds under our belt. All right, let's lift the right heel. If you're with me on the special poses, lift the right heel and place it back down. Lift the left heel, leg is straight, lifting from the hip, and place it back down. All right, hold. Let's Spider-Man, bring the knees out by the elbows, one at a time, obviously. Breathe. One more. Spider-Man. All right. Hold. Touch the hip. Touch the hip. Hold. Touch the shoulder. Touch the shoulder. Hold. Touch the hip. Touch the hip. Hold. Touch the shoulder. Touch the shoulder. And hold. Hold, hold, hold. And you did it. Awesome. Take a break. Come on down to hero pose, seated on your knees. And we're going to forward fold. Bring the face close to the knees. Lift it back up. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold, bring the face close to the knees. Inhale, lift it back up. Come on down. Come on back up. Now let's see if we can do it without using any arm strength or pressing with our hands. Let your hands just float in front. And then when you bend forward, they float behind. Coming up, breathe in. Exhale, bend forward. 2 more. Breathe in. And up. Beautiful. All right, let's find ourselves in a standing posture. Take a minute to get on your feet. Beautiful. Standing tall, heels under hips, toes pointing forward. Press the heels and the toes, the ball of the foot, into the floor. Lift the arch. Lift the knees, lift the thighs, tuck in the belly, tuck under the tailbone. Lift the sternum, shoulders go back and down, arms hang, lift the top of the head. Mountain pose, tall and strong, beautiful, impressive, dominating all around, connected to the earth, head in the clouds. Let's do sunrise on the mountain. Let's bend the knees and get it going with a big sweep of the arms. Breathe in, all the way up, and bring it back down. Exhale. Breathe in, sweep it up. And let's find our prayer pose. Pull it down to the heart and stand quiet for a moment. Balanced and strong. Peace. Beautiful. Take a wide stance with your feet. Your toes can point out just a little bit. Arms come out to the side. We're going to do triangle pose. So this is a little bit about thinking about where the pull is. So we're going to pull to the right arm and let the shoulders come out of alignment with the hips. So as we go into our side bend, we don't want to bend forward at all. So it's better you don't bend very far than that you bend forward at all. So try and stay as if you're standing between 2 panes of glass and you're not touching the front or the back pane of glass. All right, so we pull the shoulders out of alignment as if someone's got a string around your middle finger and they're pulling you. And then the arms rotate, and you may find your fingers, your lower hand touches your knee, your upper hand reaches up. Once your hand touches your knee, you're free to slide slowly down the leg towards the foot, ankle, or floor. You may find that you can put your hand on the floor in front of your foot. You may want to put your hand on your ankle or on top of your toes. Remember, there's none of this. We're not bending forward. We're stuck between two vertical panes of glass. To come out of triangle, the middle finger of the upper hand, is going to pull you up, as if there's a string attached to that finger and it's pulling you straight up. And then we rotate the arms around. Now let's keep them this way. Bring the shoulders out of alignment and then rotate the arms around. Slide the hand down from the knee to wherever you want to stay. You may decide to stay right at the knee or right at the shin, or you may come down to the ankle, the foot, or the floor. Wherever your triangle stays, try to stay between two panes of glass, not folding forward. Reach up with the top arm. Reach up and breathe. All right, that middle finger that's up in the upper hand is going to pull you straight up, 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 and rotate the arms out. Take one step and come back to standing in mountain pose. Beautiful. Let's do downward dog. Usually we come into downward dog from a table position, but today we'll do it from standing. So, find your stance. Feet just a little wider than your hips, maybe 1.5 the width of your hips. You can bend your knees a little bit, and reaching for the floor in front of your feet, bring your hands down and walk them forward until you find your downward dog. Maybe readjust the location of your feet as needed. Once your hands and feet are on the floor, we're going to drop the head. Push the fingertips into the floor, push the heels of the hands into the floor, and reach the tailbone up and back. All right, downward dog. Let's walk the dog, one heel up at a time. Let your hips move left and right. And then we're going to pretend like we're drawing a circle in the air with our belly button. A big circle about the size of a plate. Shifting your weight on your hands and your feet all the way around as you draw a circle with your belly button. Let's go the other way around. Beautiful. Bring your feet together. Bring the big toes touching. Put all your weight on your right foot. Reach the left foot back or up. Three-legged dog. And let's lower that leg and raise that leg 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Keep it up. Bend the knee. Straighten it out. Bend the knee. Straighten it out. Bend the knee. Straighten it out. Bring it down. Switch legs. Now we do three-legged dog with the other leg in the air. Lower and rise. Lower it down. Rise it back up. Bring it down. Lift it up. One more time. Lift it up and bend the knee. Straighten it out. Bend. Straighten it out. Bend. Straighten it out. Bend and straighten it out. Bring it down and come onto your knees for hero pose once again. So let's come up into our mini mountain on our knees. Strong and tall as we are when we're on our feet, but here we're on our knees. Bring the arms out to the side and up, stretch up, breathe in. Bring the right hand down, leave the left hand up. Let the arm hang by your side and look at it down there. Reach the other side up. Bring both hands into prayer pose. Bring it to your heart. Reach them both up. Stretch up. Breathe in. And bring the other hand down now. Let it hang next to your side. Look at it down there. Stretch the other hand way up. Reach up. Bring the hands together in a prayer. Beautiful. Thank you. All right. Hands on the waist. Stretch out your right leg. Stretch out your right leg onto the side. And we're going to bring the elbow close to the thigh. Doesn't go very far. All right, let's try the other side. Stretch out the leg to the side and a little side bend where the elbow comes close to the leg. Hands are on your hips or your waist. All right, back to your mini mountain pose on the knees. Hands can hang. Roll the shoulders back a few times. So see if you can push the hips forward and the shoulders come back and reach your hands back. Now a lot of times we will use blocks to help with this posture, and you probably don't have them. You might have a book, but a yoga block is probably a little beyond my reasonableness to expect you to have. But I want to show you this camel pose, and then maybe next class we can do it together and you can have something to support your hands, because the regular camel, the hands come back to the heels. I honestly can't quite manage that, and I don't want to even try right now. But if you have a book that's a stack of books that you can use, or something that will support, the idea is to drop the head back and bring the heart high. And then coming up, we'll get rid of the blocks for now and find ourselves back in a forward, legs extended, forward fold. Reaching for the feet, bringing the head close to the knees, rounding the back, and we'll just rest in a caterpillar forward fold. Okay, let's finish our class today with a breathing exercise. And we did alternate nostril breathing the other day. I'm not sure how successful that was with us, so maybe we'll return to our standard rectangular breathing. So we'll start by breathing in, and I will count your inhalation counts. Remember, you don't have to take little sips like I do, where I go 1, 2, 3, 4, because I'm counting. I have to take a minute or a half a second to breathe and say the word 1, 2. You don't have to do that, so your breath can be steady and smooth as I count. All right, then when we get to holding, I'll count for 5 beats. Hold the air in, let it suspend. And then as you exhale, I'll count for 8 beats, and you'll exhale all your air out. Hi, Ellis, I just see you there now. And then squeeze the belly in a little bit as you wait with no air in the body for 5 counts, and then we'll breathe in again for 8 counts. 8, 5, 8, 5. Let's begin with a big breath in together and out. And we breathe in for 8, counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold empty for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold full for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold empty for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold full for 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue counting for yourself. Exhaling for 8. Go. 8. Allow your breathing to return to a natural rhythm, keeping the eyes closed. Just take a moment to float in your inner universe. Maybe notice patterns that you see inside your mind's eye, colors, textures, swirls, galaxies. Feel free to float amongst those patterns and colors with no particular destination in mind. Thank you so much for joining me today. I feel your radiant love and spiritual strength through the internet coming to me, and I'm so blessed and so grateful for each of you. I'm actually in awe that we're able to do this through this whole strange year and a half that we've been kind of separate from most people and from our regular routines. I'm very, very grateful for each of you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again very soon. Today's Tuesday, so I'll see you Thursday for a live session at Yoga with Lisa SXN, live with love from St. Martin. Have a wonderful day, and namaste.